All right, welcome back, watch fans. Real quick, we're going to cover the Tom Brady watch collection sale. The results from Sotheby's. Actually, this is I think Tom Brady got robbed again, possibly. Now we'll cover some of these watches. I'm going to go through this real quick because you know what? Listen, I'm a busy man. I got places to go, and we're just gonna cover this thing real quick. If anybody wants to hop on, we'll throw out the link. But the takeaway from the sale is, I'll tell you what the takeaway sale is. The watch market is offering some real opportunities right now. That's right. We are seeing some very interesting opportunities in the watch market. Hello to our good friends in the watch community, including Watch Nicholas. And who's also selling his collection. I mean, he's like the Tom Brady. All right, so let's go through this real quick. Why is he selling this collection? I think he got like $7 million for it. Is he desperate? Are things getting? Is it hard? Is it getting hard? Look, it's not his year. I mean, think about this. I mean, this guy got dumped by a middle-aged MILF for a guy who's a karate teacher at a strip mall in Miami. I mean, this guy is like supposedly the greatest football player of all time. I'm not a football fan, so I don't know where he ranks or whatever. But he seems like a guy who's very, very serious. Really, he's got the champion mindset. I mean, the guy's got everything going for him. Great looking guy, superstar, obviously loaded. He's probably worth I don't know, a couple $100 million plus. He's going to be easily a billionaire within the next couple of years from endorsements, deals, all sorts of stuff. Everybody loves this guy. I mean, and the thing is with these athletes, like there's a lot of, what do you call them, jock sniffers. I don't know. It's really weird. There's like this weird homoerotic vibe where, people want to be close to, or I should say guys want to be around athletes. It's I don't know, something about it is a little weird, no? So everybody wants to be around Tom Brady. I mean, this guy's like Mr. Popularity, everything going from it, and he gets dumped by a middle-aged MILF for a karate teacher. I mean, in a strip mall. I mean, you can't make this up. I mean, how could she do better than Tom Brady? I mean, that should really make people really think hard. I mean, that's crazy to me, seriously. Like, I mean, I don't even understand it. I don't get it. But anyway, let's go through the watch collection. There's a lot of things I don't understand. So I'll go through the stuff which is an absolute ripoff where people got totally rooked. That's right. People got totally rooked. And if you bought any of these watches, you're going to lose money. Okay. The IWC, absolute garbage, pure trash. These things are basically $5,000 watches on a good day. And these things sold for $28,000, $42,000. That's with the premium, right? Now, here's the issue with these collectibles, alleged collectibles. There is, the nothing. Does this say that it was worn by Tom Brady? No. I mean, nothing about this is like he got this as a gift. This thing has probably never been worn once, maybe. It doesn't even have his sweat on the strap. You can't even sniff it, right? Like, you guys want to sniff Tom Brady? You can't even sniff Tom Brady. Probably he only wore the thing only once. And by the way, it was hanging around at Sotheby's for the last month. You know how many lowlives and scumbags put this on their wrist? You know what that strap probably smells like? I bet O'Cuck put that on his wrist. It's got that bad stench from the pedo vibes from O'Cuck and other lowlife degenerates. All the tomato can, these Muppet Boiler Room Watch Channel people, Roman Scharf, all these guys put these watches on their wrist, so it's got that smell from them. Now, the IWC, here's the thing. Unless it says Tom Brady on the watch, it's just a generic watch, right? It's like the Sylvester Stallone. Remember the Sylvester Stallone auction? I told you guys the money watch was going to be the Rolex, which had, his name engraved in the back. I think it said Sly or something. That's the watch because it was given to him as a gift or something. He wore it. That's personalized. These are just generic shitter watches. Now, What is this? He's got a Tudor, Hodinkee watch. Friends of oh shit. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me. Oh, by the way, also Tom Brady. How big of a loser is Tom Brady? Not only did he get dumped by Gisele Bündchen, he loses probably millions of dollars investing in Hodinkee. That's right. Tom Brady invested in Hodinkee. He got totally wrecked. I mean, because Hodinkee basically got destroyed thanks to Ben Clymer, the low-life degenerate. And all he got to show for it was this Tudor shitter watch. That's what he got to show for it. He lost money in Hodinkee. And he's got this shitter watch. Probably he's got a bad taste in his mouth. He's got a bad taste in his mouth. That's why he's selling off the watches. He's got like a bad taste in his mouth. It's almost like somebody gets invited to, creepy curly, Uncle Chomo's sausage cabin in Chicago, and they leave with a bad taste in their mouth, or they get invited to, O'Cuck's, one of O'Cuck's sassy dinner parties, and again they leave it with a bad taste in their mouth, if you know what I mean. All right, anyway, let's get to this thing here. So the collectible stuff, I don't understand this. Like this is kind of cool, right? He's got this wristband which has these plays. I have no idea how this works, but he wore this, right? So this smells like him. He wore this in the Super Bowl, right? I guess so. So it's got his smell in it for all you, all you guys who want that, homoerotic connection to Tom Brady. You can smell this, whatever this is, this wristband, because definitely got all nasty and sweaty. Now let's go through this other stuff. So this is where it gets interesting. This is where it starts to get interesting. Again, the Rolex. Piece of garbage, GMT, what is it, the Batman? What do they call this? Batman? Yeah. I mean, basic bitch watch, the GMT, pure garbage. This is like a $14,000 watch, 15 grand maybe on a good day. And how much did it sell for? It sold for 60,000, 60,000, because allegedly Tom Brady wore it. Now, how do you know he wore it? You don't. All you get is, you get a little note. You get a little, what do you get? You get like a thing that says, hey, thanks for buying my overpriced watch, suckers. By the way, that's what Sylvester, this is like a garage sale, basically, like Sotheby's. By the way, Sotheby's has become very, very commercial under the new CEO. They're desperate for money. Sotheby's is extremely desperate. They got a lot of debt. They just raised $1 billion. They sold off some equity to, the Saudis or somebody. They're moving into a new building. I mean, they're desperate for funds. I mean, they were almost ready to go bankrupt a couple months ago. So Sotheby's was on the brink. And so they're doing these garage sales, these celebrity garage sales. I mean, this is like, who used to do this? There was like, these low-life auction houses like Julian's or whatever in Beverly Hills that would do these celebrity auctions. Now Sotheby's is doing this stuff, right? I mean, this is like, whatever. Anyway. I mean, this watch has really zero value. This Rolex Batman, I mean, it's a $15,000 watch. I mean, Brady wore, who cares? Now, here's where it gets interesting. So the cheap shitter watches, here's the takeaway, guys. Here's the takeaway. The basic bitch watches sold for massive premiums, whereas the higher end stuff, and I'll show you, there's some steals. I think there's some steals here. The higher end stuff sold cheap. I'll give you an example. Here. Look at this. This sold for $720,000 all in, so it's about 600 grand hammer, I believe, roughly 600 grand hammer. This is the Audemars Piguet white gold tourbillon bespoke. I mean, this is basically, this was made for him, right? This is the only watch anybody should have bought at the auction. This is the only watch. I'm telling you right now. This is the only watch that would have been worth buying. By the way, guys, make sure you get our free newsletter. Click the like, subscribe button below so you get our free weekly newsletter. All about, we give you all the latest info on what's happening in the watch market, prices, vintage, modern, everything you need to know. Rolex, Patek, Audemars Piguet, everything you need to know. So you don't get scammed. You don't want to get scammed like the suckers who bought the worst watches in the sale. The only watch is worth buying in this auction, I'm going to tell you right now, is this AP for 720 grand, which, by the way, actually, I think it's a good deal, and I'll explain why. So this is the real Tom Brady watch. It's got his name on it. It says, 7, which is, I guess, the number of Super Bowls he got, right? And this is a piece. It's a piece unique. It's a piece unique. It is the one of a kind piece unique. He wore this on his roast. He wore this. There he is. So this is, millions of people saw him wearing this watch. In the back, you got his signature. Okay. Now, the only problem with the watch, I'll tell you the only problem I have with the watch is you got to look at this and it says Tom Brady on it. It is kind of homoerotic. A little bit homoerotic. You want to have some other guy's name flashing in your face. It's a little weird, right? Unless you're I don't know, some sort of weirdo. But I think it's a great deal. I'll tell you who should have bought this, or who should buy this, is if you're one of these Muppet Boiler Room channels like a Roman Scharf or a Timepiece Trading or a CRM or any of these low-life degenerates. This watch, worth buying because you can do a bunch of videos on it and you can get a lot of publicity on it, and then you sell it off at cost, basically. So you get like a couple of $1 million worth of publicity, you sell it off at cost, and that's it. Maybe you make a profit. Maybe you can even make a profit. Now, here's the thing. How much is this worth without Tom Brady? A couple $100 grand just as a tourbillon, all right? So you're paying a $500,000 premium for the Tom Brady thing, for the Tom Brady dial. So but this is a legitimate piece of history. It's what do they call it? They call this a talking, a conversation piece. It's a conversation piece. Literally. Listen, this is the ultimate watch. If you're one of these, these losers who go to these watch hangouts and watch bullshit, hang around the so-called watch community, there's, around a bunch of other guys in the circle jerk. This is the ultimate watch because nobody else has this watch. If you go to any watch event with this watch, you're going to have the ultimate watch. I don't care what somebody has. I don't care if they have a $10 million. I don't care if they have a $50 million Patek Philippe on their wrist. This is the watch that's going to get you the most attention and status, which is, what most of these guys want. Look, most of these watch collectors in this kind of niche, they're looking for, they want to flex. They want to flex, right? Imagine how much action you can get on Instagram with this watch. And by the way, 700 grand, that's not a lot of money. For especially now, you got Bitcoin flying. There's a lot of people who have, 50, 100 million liquid. They don't know what to do. You got this guy, what's his name? Patrick Bet-David. Maybe he bought the watch. He might have bought the watch. This would have been actually a good buy for him. So Patrick Bet-David is a guy who's, he made a couple $100 million selling his Fugazi insurance company. And he had Tweety Bird on his podcast asking for advice on, investing $10 million into a watch collection. Because the guy buys collectibles, right? He buys baseball cards, he buys comic books, and this actually for him would make a lot of sense. For Patrick Bet-David, would make a lot of sense. Who's the Walrus show? Who's the Walrus? I don't know who that is. The Walrus. Who's the Walrus? So this watch actually makes a lot of sense for Patrick Bet-David. Why? I'll tell you why. A couple of reasons. Number one is, you got the connection to Tom Brady. He hangs around Trump at Mar-a-Lago, right? So imagine you show up at Mar-a-Lago wearing this watch. It's worth $1 million. For that guy, it's worth $1 million because for him, it's the branding is very important. I actually think would be a great if Patrick Bet-David bought this watch. I actually think would have been a genius move. I actually think would have been an absolute genius move. By the way, he's a smart guy. Patrick Bet-David is actually a smart guy. Can he make money flipping the watch? Possibly. I think the watch does have some upside. Who's the sweaty warthog? Is that Archie? Is that the horned guy with the horns in his head? The lowlife, the e-beggar, the gypsy. Anyway, so for Patrick Bet-David, this would have been a smart deal because here's the other angle. This also has the connection to the Shah of Iran, who Patrick is a big fan of the Shah of Iran. And we all know the Shah of Iran was the first guy to wear the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak in white gold. That's right. He had the first Royal Oak. They did it for him in white gold, not steel, white gold. And so this is kind of, and I think Patrick was looking for some sort of Shah of Iran watch from Roman, and which he's never going to get. I mean, Roman fucking doesn't have that stuff. But for this would have been a smart buy. I mean, this is the ultimate flex watch. What else can you get for this range for 700 grand? You're going to get a what? You're going to get a Daytona, another Paul Newman Daytona. You're going to get I don't know, some other garbage. By the way, guys, make sure you get our free weekly newsletter. Click the link in the video description below if you want to get our free weekly newsletter. Get the latest info on what's happening in the market for vintage and modern Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe. Click the link in the video description below to get our free weekly newsletter coming into your email box. Patrick Bet-David subscribes to our email. So does Roman Sharf. That's right. Roman Sharf is a subscriber to our email. A lot of heavy hitters are subscribers to our free email newsletter. If you're not subscribing, you're a loser, basically. That's what you are. You're a loser. You should not even watch this video. Leave the channel right now. Unsubscribe. Don't watch this. This is not for you unless you get our free newsletter. Now, this watch could be eventually, I don't know. Could it be $1 million watch? I don't know. It's a great marketing tool. This watch, anybody who buys this watch is going to make millions of dollars in free marketing. Literally. This watch is worth millions of free publicity. I think he's a pretty smart guy. I don't think he's got any lever. I think he's pretty liquid. I don't know. I don't know his financial whatever, but yeah, I think he's a pretty savvy guy. I don't think he's got 750 grand is nothing, by the way. I mean, this guy buys baseball cards for $1 million, which is the dumbest thing. I mean, baseball cards is absolute garbage. He buys garbage paintings from Mr. Brainwash and Peter Tunney. I mean, that stuff is literally going to be worth zero in like a few years. I mean, that's basically, might as well set your money on fire. But this watch would be a smart marketing tool, very smart marketing tool. Now, let me show you a real bargain. One of my favorite watches, a Patek Philippe Nautilus, the ultimate Nautilus. This is 1982, which is one of the better years. It's a two-tone. They did not make a lot of these. It's in great condition. Okay, you got the 1982, so you're getting the Euro-style font. It looks like it's in good condition. I think what's at the bottom, I think that's a reflection. I don't think that's a scuff. I think the watch is relatively minty condition. And you're getting the box. You're getting the cork box. Is it original? I have no idea. I don't know if the boxes came with the watch. And you're getting, what else? You're getting a extract from the archives? Yeah. You're getting extract from the archives, sold September 28th, 1984. Wow. September 28th, 1984. The watch sat for 2 years. That tells you how difficult the market was for watches back then. Nobody wanted this watch. Nobody wanted these. And you're getting this thing here that says Tom Brady. What does it say? I hope you enjoy your purchase for my personal collection. Worn by Tom Brady. I hope this time enhances your personal collection. Tom Brady. There you go. There you go. By the way, this watch, 132,000. They had a very low estimate, 50 to 100, which was a joke. An actual investment as cash flow. Okay. Yeah. But listen. First of all, you only live once. Let me kind of burst your bubble. I get what you're saying. It makes sense. Look, if you're a brokester and if you got $1 million in the bank and you spend $1 million on watches, you're making a bad decision. But if you have a couple $100 million and you're making, I don't know, 10, 20 million a year coming in from cash flow, You know what? You should buy. You have no. There's no issue spending $5 million a year on stupid shit because you only live once. And by the way, these watches actually, it's a good investment. It's actually a pretty good investment. So the Tom Brady watch, very smart investment at 700 grand. I think that could have been $1 million watch. I mean, I think somebody could still sell it for $1 million. Again, if Tom Brady, if his career continues, I think he could do well, whatever he does. You can get a lot of marketing action from that watch. But luxury items, no. These watches have upside. The Nautilus, this particular Nautilus, 50 to 100 was the estimate. It's worth about 90 grand on the secondary market. 100 grand. I mean, it's in great condition. 100 grand easy. So you're paying 30 grand to have the Tom Brady letter. Is it worth it? Yeah. You know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. In other words, like, by the way, it's not easy to find them in this good condition. You might have to pay 110 maybe. So look, anybody who's buying this watch, it's like disposable. It's like just they'd spend that money on something stupid anyway, right? So I think you're going to be safe with this watch. Actually, I don't think you're going to get hurt. And what's the upside? I don't know. I think the Nautilus watches, I've talked about it before. The 3700 is really the good one. The 3800, it's the prime period. It's going to probably hang around these levels for a while. I don't see these things going bananas. The money's basically going to be safe. It's going to stay in that 100 grand range for a while. Now, let's talk about some of the garbage here. 3970. Just a basic watch. I mean, this is what, like a $250,000 watch, basically. You're paying a little bit of a premium for the Tom Brady thing. So I don't know. It's it doesn't even, there's nothing to do with, I mean, basically this one isn't, it's kind of, I don't know. I think Patek buyers, I don't think they're as impressed by Tom Brady. They're most of, especially look, this is not really an American watch. It's more for like Europeans, I should say. The Europeans, they don't know who Tom Brady is, right? Like, it doesn't mean anything for them. So, yeah, I don't know about this, but the best two watches, again, I'm going to give you real quick. These are the two best watches to have bought in the sale. The Patek Nautilus 3700, because it's in great condition, and you paid a very small premium, like maybe a $20,000 premium for the Brady thing. And by the way, look, the guy who buys this watch, that guy will spend 20 grand to go to some stupid event like F1 or whatever bullshit, and he can brag, hey, this is Tom Brady's watch, right? Okay, he's got some stupid memorabilia, which is like, I don't know what this stuff, like, who buys this stuff? I mean, this is like a man's used clothing. I mean, like, why not buy his underwear and his socks? I mean, I bet there are people who would pay a couple $1,000s to buy Tom Brady's underwear and his socks and sniff it and whatever they're going to do with it. I mean, whatever disgusting thing is going to do with it. I mean, that's the same thing. Who buys this garbage? I don't get it. Okay, let's talk about this. Paul Newman Daytona, he was smart to dump it. Tom Brady, very smart to dump this piece of garbage. Again, he wore this. He wore the watch in a game, I guess. He was seen wearing it in a game. These are overpriced. You're going to lose money with these watches. Dump now. Dump. Tom, very smart for dumping this in the sale. He got his money's worth. Look, I bet he probably, just to get rid of this piece of garbage at this price, was worth doing the sale. What else? He got another Daytona. I mean, these Daytonas are just garbage. Now, this is interesting. He had a pocket watch. I mean, this is kind of interesting. This is a perpetual calendar. I'm really surprised that he would have a pocket watch, and especially something like this, which is really, this is a piece of very high horology, these pocket watches. This is for somebody who's a real watch enthusiast. I mean, like, where is he going to wear this? Uh, it's interesting, right? How much is it worth? I don't know. It's these are a couple hundred grand, maybe. Is there premium? I don't know. Uh, Lindley presentation box. Oh, David Lindley? Is that David Lindley? Did he get this as a gift? He might have gotten it as a gift or something. I don't know. Where would he get the box? That's like David Lindley, right? Oh, okay. Made has a custom box. David Lindley. So what did he get it in this box? I don't know. Did he get it in this box? I mean, not that it means anything. I mean, David Lindley is just the guy makes. I mean, he does very nice woodwork. David Lindley, but is it worth? But yeah, it's a serious watch. It's Tiffany, right? Is it Tiffany Doll, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Tiffany and Co. Listen, I'm impressed that Tom Brady had. I mean, that he would buy a pocket watch like this, and maybe somebody gave it to him as a gift. I have no idea. I have no idea. But it's interesting, right? So, what is the watch? I mean, these pocket watches, the high end, the Tiffany, it might be worth a couple hundred. Again, perpetual calendar, chronograph, right? If I'm not mistaken. Split second chronograph. That's a serious watch. By the way, pocket watches are a good deal right now. Okay, so what else is in this auction? Then you get this piece of garbage. Again, I mean, the IWC stuff, pure trash. Circa 2000. I mean, what's the point of this watch? I don't even understand this watch. I mean, IWC is like garbage. And somebody paid 60 grand. I mean, this is the thing. Again, the bargains in the sale were the high-end stuff. The AP, the Patek Nautilus, that was the bargain. This stuff is garbage. This is just generic crap that's worth, 15 grand in a good day. And it sold for 60 grand. You're never going to get your money back. If you bought that watch, you just lost 40 grand. Nobody cares if Tom Brady wore an IWC, even though he's associated. Nobody gives a shit. Then he got this thing, which was overpriced. Royal Oak Offshore chronograph. I mean, these are kind of very soft in the market. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. And what's interesting, the RMs, the Richard Mille, sold for basically right around like retail prices. Yeah, these things are going for what? This is like very small premium for the Tom Brady. Maybe no premium almost. Very soft. So, you know what? Actually, look, Brady, I don't know why he sold all of his watches. Maybe he got so burned by his loss in Hodinkee. He got disgusted with watches. He got disgusted with all these Muppet Boiler Room channels and these lowlives. And he just said, you know what? I'm getting out of this shit. And I'll just throw in some, T-shirts and whatever just as, because, shoulder pads. Like, can you imagine this? Somebody bought this for 140 grand, these shoulder pads. Like, what are you going to do with this? I mean, this is ugly. This is stupid looking. I don't get it. I mean, at least the T-shirt or whatever it is, the jersey, whatever you call that. Okay, I get that. A helmet, I get that. But the shoulder pads, that's kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit, again, a lot of weird homoerotic stuff with these celebrity athlete stuff. So to wrap up, we're going to wrap it up real quick here. If you bought the IWC, the Rolex, you're going to lose your money. You're done. You basically made a very stupid decision, and you're a moron. And you should, well, I shouldn't say what, but you're basically a moron if you bought, especially this. I mean, this is an absolute piece of garbage. And it sold for 60 grand. What is this worth in the secondary market? low 20s, maybe. I don't know, 20. I mean, it's hard to give these away. This is like the dumbest watch ever. The Yacht Master. I mean, this is for timing regatta. I mean, this is watches makes no sense. It's for retards. It sold for 60 grand. It's worth maybe 20 grand. So basically, you're going to lose your money with that. You're going to lose your money with this, which is the this is basically this is the meteorite, but you got the diamond bezel, which is it's a little too. I don't like the diamonds on the bezel. It's a little bit too. It's a little feminine. It's a little bit feminine. On the dial is fine. On the bezel, it's a little bit feminine. So 100. It's worth about, what is it, 90 grand roughly in the secondary market. So you're going to lose money with this. You're going to lose money with the Rolex. Again, the RMs, I think these are right. Again, I don't know the RM market that well. I don't really get the RM. I don't really understand it. But this is right around, this is right around, kind of right around the retail price on the secondary. And it's got his colors, right? The Patriots colors, red, white, and blue. So, he probably wore that watch a bunch of times also. But this stuff is garbage. So bottom line is, the smart money bought these two watches. If you bought these two watches, congratulations, very smart. You're going to make money with these watches. All right, that wraps it up. Make sure you get a free weekly newsletter. Click the link in the video description below, and we'll see you all in the next one.